Welcome to Locomoto. Well, the demo for it at the very least. We're already seeing that it's nice, comfy, and on a train. What more can you ask? A nice, calming life sim that exists on a train. Well, we shall see. Good to see you. I've never heard of it either. Again, a lot of these demos just randomly pop up on my Steam recommendeds list. I'm like, okay, play the demo, see how it is. You never know. Could be nice and relaxing. Could be absolutely terrifying. Hard to tell based on this bear. Yeah, go for it. I never mind learning more about the games. Ooh. Yeah, I do remember that, yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, goodness, these are some eyes. Oh. Oh. I was wondering if there was a ring that resists dark. Yeah, it never was that clear. Oh goodness, look at these colors. We shall be green. Oh god, and the ears, you can make all sorts of ears. We could make it completely earless. That is frightening. What a weird creature we can come up with. Oh god, we could be pensive. Oh, or we could have beaks. That's absolutely even more terrifying. One dark ring. Most defensive rings don't appear to be that actually useful. Oh goodness. We can give it haircuts. This is absolutely terrifying, the things I can come up with. Yep, you did mention that Thomas and Georg die. Yep. Oh, so that's an entire boss fight we didn't get to see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think they'd put anything special in there. I'm making the absolutely weirdest thing I can. Wow. This creature, this entity we are creating. What a monstrosity. What an entity. Okay, so we've got pocket access. Okay, emotes on right trigger. Left trigger is recenter camera. D-pad is D-pad. Is there a run button? Maybe? Maybe there is. Okay, conductor for a few days. Place a miniature, huh? Well, any of these miniatures. Storage wagon. Passenger wagon. Can I put small wagon behind it? Maybe. I might not be able to put 2 of those. No. Driving a train, you gotta do it with style. Auto recenter camera. Invert vertical on there. There we go. Pick up a shovel. Coal. We might need to pick up some coal. Okay, and you can stack things, and it shows stacking. Okay. How very interesting. Ah, there's the train. There's the paints. Okay. Okay. Add some consistency to the train. Okay, and I was right about the coal. It's not a bad little train. And let's make the train a nice blue. Yes, a nice consistent color. Ah! But we cannot paint the last one. How do we paint the last one? No, this tiny one will be the odd car out. How unfortunate. How unfortunate the train does not go. Does not look consistent. We're done. Yes, please, do show me. Or tell me. To the ferry station. Pick up things. a mop we could pick up, huh? There's the whistle. Store coal up here. There's the gearbox. Notes for in case you need it. Good, good, good. Put as much coal in the storage as we can, because it never hurts to have it in storage. It's just weird that we have the storage car directly behind. And there's a run faster button. Don't want to go too fast. I mean, that is how train accidents actually happen, if someone goes too fast. Might be too much. Ah, we don't have a connection to there. But we do have one to here. Yeah, I don't doubt that it was much more obscure. I mean, RPGs of that era did tend to be a lot more obscure than a lot of other things. There we go. You whistle to let off steam, apparently. That's unusual. That's not what that's actually for. What would they remind you of? Oh, the 1,000-year door. That's right. It does take place on a train. Iron. Why would there be iron over here? It does have a crafting system, so there's no telling why. Ah, if I had an axe, I could chop some wood. But I don't. But I can pick up the wood. Ah, so we get some crafting and in general stuff here. Some pine. Ah, there's the axe. So there's crafting and gathering in here as well. Unusual. Oh my. Well, that's an interesting way of doing things. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if I can chop down trees. Ah. We cannot place it there because of the trash bag. But we could place it in here. Oh, good lord. I can already tell that having that entire thing be a storage system is going to be... Oh... How very interesting. Oh, we can't pick up the net. I was thinking maybe there might be bug-catching mechanics. It would appear not. However, there is a copper bar. Okay, let's begin to sort the train. Train gets sorted. Metal goes in that corner. Wood begins in this corner. Each type gets its own row. Because of course it does. There we go. And tools go over here. Shovel takes up 2 spots. Unusual. That trash bag is causing nothing but headaches. Nothing but headaches. I suppose we should talk to our first passenger. Loretta the mole. Oh, sheep. Oh, hammer breaks down things. Oh. Ah, so that explains hammer. That explains the use of the hammer. We should have plenty to make any type of bench necessary. What is needed? Yes, yes. A dingy seat. Okay, and it automatically pulls from the storage container. Let's make it rosewood. And 2 iron. That's not a great seat, but it is in fact a seat. And that's gonna have to go back here. So let us see where we can place it. Ooh. I don't like that placement. Because seats are almost always facing in a train forwards. Unless we're talking subway seats, in which case they're normally like that. But since we're a train, we'll put it there. However, we did learn about use of hammer, which means there's materials to be found. Yay! Our map has been stamped. A delivery. Oh, deliveries get placed there. Oh, I didn't see the other copper ore just sitting there. Oh, or the silver. What else did I not see? Worth a look, you say? What could we use to take a look? That's the question. Well, that plant does not want to break. Sadly. Oh, recycle bin. Tokens. Interesting. What could I break apart? She said I could break things apart from materials, but nothing seems to be worth breaking apart. Oh. Unusual. All right, Loretta, your seat is ready. Absolutely. Place it on their seat. Okay. I probably should have put the small carriage in front of the big carriage. Interesting. I'm not sure either what to do with this game. Horror stories, not particularly. If you're talking about the Switch 2, one's getting bricked, that is entirely legally within Nintendo's right to do so, and let us not forget that PlayStation and Microsoft have the exact same clauses in their EULAs. So it's not like Nintendo's doing anything anyone else isn't. I haven't heard anything else other than that. myself. If you're talking about the ones that have Switch 2 upgrades, yes, there are. But those are also upgrade paths. PlayStation had the exact same thing. With upgrades to several of their... Did you really have to... Garbage? Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard anything in particular about you know, games you already own in other senses, causing being forced to pay for, you know, things like that. But yeah, people are making, and as far as I can tell, a hullabaloo about basically nothing new, that Nintendo's not doing anything new. Like, that PlayStation and Microsoft haven't already done. And continue to do. So it's not like... I doubt Nintendo's doing anything entirely new. No, that would be an EA move. 2 deliveries to 2 different places. Both of these are Wayfair scraps. Ah, so I put the wrong one down. Okay. We're definitely in the life sim aspect, in that we're gathering resources, doing odd jobs. Ah, Train Man. You can... I should have asked where you're going, Carlos. I'm Tholen. Oh, he's going to the ferry station. Excellent. That's the location we're going to be going. I can probably craft... I can definitely craft more seats. I can definitely craft more seats. Oh, goodness. Hello, Finley. A cocoa machine. Cool. Uh-oh. They want to go places. Oh, an entire wardrobe. I haven't even played Romancing 3 at all. Oh, conductor hat. I haven't played it at all. I did, however, pick up some guides on it. Okay, the carpentry's up here. Yeah, I'm not... I imagine that it would be something a little interesting. I mean, it is an older game. This much is certain. Let's see, we used rosewood. And we actually used iron last time because we had a lot of iron. I don't have any iron, so... Let's make a silver wardrobe. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Silver wardrobe in the corner. And you need to go to... Rosalind's carpentry. Interesting. I don't need to go there. Dorian? Oh. A side table. A lamp. And a shelf. How interesting. Giving us free things. Let's see if we put the floor shelf back here. No one's gonna mind. Dingy side table. That sounds like something you put back here. Yeah. I mean, again, older game. Not entirely surprising that there are things that aren't agreeable to the modern audience. But I grew up on those types of games. I'll have to see exactly how bad it actually is. There we go. Well, I imagine, especially compared to, like, the Romancing 2, they're probably significantly less, just in general. Yeah, it was a little disappointing, but, you know, such is the way of things. Can't always get what you want. So many resources in town. So many free resources in town. Oh. Hopefully, our guest isn't being a little too annoyed that we're just taking forever to go places. That would be unfortunate for him. He did, but I'm assuming he probably got his comeuppance somewhere along the way. Oh. Apparently there's an old mine from the looks of it back there. Still nothing... Wait. The shovel. We could use shovel to dig in the sand. I wonder what's in the sand. And shovel's up here. I wonder how high some of these stacks can go, because it looks like there's a definitive height to them. Blueprint. Oh. Interesting. There we go. Iron, I needed that. And a rock tower. Oh, photo booth. Oh, is that more copper? No, that's bricks. Don't really need bricks. But we should be able to craft some more seats. That'll be good. Yeah, we'll be able to craft some matching seats. With that iron. Excellent. Just a cardboard box, huh? Not really necessary. Okay, so we have 2 more people who could go places. I think we've got all the resources in town. Let's see, where do they need to go? Okay, he's going to the ferry station. I can have up to 2 people go to the ferry station then. Let's see if we craft a dingy seat with rosewood and iron. Yes, free seat. And we need 2 seats. A Brutal Mario. Yes, that does sound familiar. Like, very familiar. There we go. Forward and backward facing seats. Brutal Mario, yes. Yes, that is true. You're going to the same location? You can go there. Oh, give Finley a cup of cocoa. Finley. Oh, Finley's this other guy. Yeah, I remember that. I think I remember Brutal Mario. A pie maker. A pie maker. Huh. A pie maker would be interesting to have on the train. 2 pine. And 2 copper. Infinite pie machine. Hey. No, actually, Romancing Saga, I believe, was introduced to me. Oh, I've got 3 people going to 3 different places. Yeah, it was exclusive. I think I do remember Brutal Mario. What's up to... There's that log on the tracks that just has me a bit saddened. Yeah, the Astral Gate thing, yeah. I do remember that. Let's see what's buried in the sand here. After that, I think we've exhausted this of resources. Blueprint. Oh, a divider. Several different types of dividers. Why would you want a dingy divider, though? That just seems cruel and unusual. Ah, because the dingy divider is just barely anything. I don't know why you'd need that, though. Gold ticket. We don't need that. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the downloads have broken. Yeah, I thought it was a ROM hack. I remember that. I was into ROM hacks in the early 2000s, actually quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, that's very true. A lot of them were not very fun to fight. I think I might have played Brutal Mario if I remember. I played mini ROM hacks back in the day. God, that was back in like, would have had to been like, it was in college. So yeah, that would have been like '09, maybe early 10s. So yeah. God, that doesn't seem like that was a long time ago, but that was like 15. That was 15 years. That was a long time ago. So it looks like you get more strength out of the coal you put. What is it with these weird things just being places? You get more strength out of normal coal that you use your hands for. What are these tokens used for? That's the question. What are they used for? Hello, my good. You're going to vampire. And that's going to the ferry station also. Ah, there are bees, however. We will reserve your seat to there. And this is a ferry station one. Yeah, because there's two for the rest right there. Okay, there's the photo booth. Photo booth she was going on about. Don't know what the wheel could be used for. Hello, bees. They're just very large bees. That are just very large bees. Unusual. Just a lot of very, very large and very slightly frightening bees. Ah, but if you put the recycling where it belongs, you'd think that would go there. So I guess the metal wheel must be used for something? I wonder if that's a quest item. I wonder if that's a quest-related item. Potato crate. Hi, Dorian. I'm familiar enough with it. I've not played it, because it doesn't look like it'd be anything up my alley. But it definitely is up some people's alleys. It's definitely up a lot of people's alleys, and definitely a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. For me, it just doesn't seem like it's up my alley. Yeah, I know who Bernice is. I have seen her. That is one way of putting it. Oh, really? I mean, that's not entirely surprising. Ah, there's the wheel. Yeah, very distinct voice, I would say. But same thing of not Bach, not Kaczynski. No, Bacham. He had a very distinctive voice because I know he in particular voiced in Genshin. I believe it's Genshin Impact. Someone who is of some degree of importance. Because he's the guy who said the Oratrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal. I know that because that's his voice. And it's a very specific way of saying that particular set of words. No, that really he did. Interesting. Yeah, that was completely unrecognizable. I never would have guessed. Yeah, 'cause that's a train wheel. Okay. So tokens can be just exchanged for items. I think we should tell Milo that the wagon is completed. He seems like he'll be absolutely thrilled about it. He marionetted at some point. I'm assuming it caused a problem. But what kind of a problem could he have caused? Bag of grains. Hay? We could pick up hay. Huh. A lot of unusual items you can just pick up. You did? Huh. Wasn't even sure that was a thing you could do. See, she's going to the scraps. Oh, cool. Free lamp. An Art Deco lamp, too. Yeah, 1 in 100. That does sound about right. Oh, you're both going there. Yeah, you... That would be a bit of a problem. Art Deco floor lamp. Well, I suppose we'll put it right there. I've got 2 people to board and only 1 seat. That's a problem. That's a little bit of a problem. Hey, hey. Oh, used to attack your own allies? Yeah, that is a particularly nasty move. Little train of a life sim. Stone and wood tokens. Problem is I don't need gold. Ideally, I'd prefer something like iron, because that's what our seats are made out of. Folding tables. Ah, clothing options. And that is just a chunk of fabric. And these giant bees. Still not sure about these giant bees. Because these are giant bees. Can you imagine bees of that size? in real life. Terrifying bees. What do we have? I'm missing one advertisement over here. One poster somewhere. That is infuriating. Ah, there you are. Then I just gotta craft some more seats. I suppose I could make some VIP seats out of gold. And she wants to go to the carpentry. Goodness, so we're running a train. So much train. I've got one seat available at the moment. We've got our basic economy seats back here made out of iron. Actually, if we make them out of copper... Oh, I don't have enough. But if I use copper and... What do we have that could be good? Like walnut for the next layer. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I'm already creating tiered seating. Tiered seatings. Yes, I'm already creating class seating. But mainly due to resources that are currently available. Yes, perfect. Now we have lots of seats available for everybody. Milo. Oh, you were just going to give me a standard seat. I do have use for a standard seat. I just don't know where. Probably in the back. Grab you two. And we'll have a very well decked out train, to be honest. Put both of you there. Ooh, that is, in fact, a fancy type of chair. Fancy chairs go in the back. This is where the VIPs sit. VIPs get the back room. With the fancy lamp. Yes. Yes, VIPs get the fancy room with the fancy lamp. Oh, right. It does want me to use the token machine. I suppose we could do with some gold. There's a lot of resources here. Visit trough. Because we don't need the quartz, we don't need pine. I suppose we could do with some... Yeah, I don't think they thought that much through. I don't think they thought that through that way. We did need more rosewood, however. We were... Well, they weren't in that form for very long, so... They very clearly were not going to use the restroom at all in that form. I mean, was also the most snake-like form. I don't think they, like, had any way of doing that. Let's see, he goes here, they go there. I've got 2 up here. So the best stop would be to drop the 2 up at the carpentry, swing down to Baronpire, stop by the ferry station, and then to the scraps. That sounds like a plan. Like, based on how, I think things work in that universe, I don't think, using the bathroom is a thing they can even do. Forgot to drop my axe off at the door. Pick up the rubbish bag. I think that's just a fairly common trope. I think that log is our inventory of our, like, all the items we have stored. They can't pick up after themselves. Our guests just cannot pick up after themselves. Always leaving rubbish on our train. Just always leaving rubbish. Oh. Apparently you can stack more than 5 coal. More ferry station. And marigold. Okay, marigold, we will put... Technically, the marigold needs its own spot. This is the ferry. There we go. Ferry station. All ferry station parcels go there. Yeah. Free wood. Still a lot of bees. Honestly, I'm quite enjoying this unusual little life sim. Aluminum. Ooh, that's a big crafting table. Free walnut. Now, granted, the only one thing they haven't shown us is a way to gather all the ingredients ourselves for, like, all the metals. Okay, hammer. Hello, Rosalind. She's a robin. It's a nice workbench, really. Yes? Oh, breaking furniture. Here's the tutorial for that. Even though the game already told us we could do that. Well, we'll just go with it. I didn't see any recycling centers. Yeah, there's no recycling centers around here. I hope you don't mind I just left some stuff lying around. Rosalind. Green. Aged copper. That could all be useful. Oh. Evergreen Cross. Okay, yeah, we dropped him off. Standard side table. Okay, standard side table. I do have, for standard side table, we should probably use... Let's use oak for that. As for the metal, we'll just use aluminum. Oh, and now we've got standard seats, too. Oh, of course those do require fabrics. Okay. But I like my dingy seats. I suppose I could make some standard seats. Aluminum. And we used oak. 2 side tables. Like aged copper. That could be that's an aesthetic right there. Aged copper. It really is an aesthetic. You get a side table. And you get a side table. Nothing on them. I've got red fabric. We could use red fabric. That's if we wanted standard seats. Not at the moment. Don't think there's anything to break up over here. No. But now we know we have a crafting table over here for the more intricate recipes. Let's see, if we wanted to make standard seats, they require 2 wood, 3 fabric. What do I have for fabrics? I don't have enough of the fabrics to make more than 2 seats. To make more than 1 seat. Unless we went red, red, purple. And we went with a gold base. And a lovely walnut accent. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. I wonder if that's because I used a mixed color fabric. Yes, because I used a mixed color fabric, I got a black seat. Off-putting for me design-wise. I was gonna say, none of the designs for me were really off-putting. Not really. Yeah, I don't think any of the designs were off-putting. Not for me. That's a used copper base and walnut? Dividers. Oh, I have to show it to her. And then she's gonna want to go places. Hippo, I was gonna say, a lot of the designs were not terribly interesting, but there were definitely some unusual ones. Honestly, I think Insect Queen was probably the worst one. Oh, we get our own intermediate. Oh, cool. We did get our own better bench. It definitely was a bit unusual. Okay, main objectives of the main quest line have been done. Pick up you. Okay, we would need to clear out some things. We need to clear out our coal. We could put our standard table back here. I think I'm getting the hang of this. This train back and forthing game. Bit of Sims 4, but on wheels. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. What else? Let's see. Standard console table. What does that look like? Foldable tables. Those are fine. Lamps. Okay, we could do standard lamps. Okay, those are just long tables. Not concerned about long tables. Did I have something to go to Marigold Market? I did. Wait, that's not where we are, is it? No, Rosalind's Carpentry. But that says I've got a drop-off there. No, I don't. Yeah, 2 at the scraps. 2 at the pyre. 1 for the market. What the hey, game? Okay. Every token place is different. Okay. I get you now, game. Did I need more rosewood? That's a good question. Okay, and that explains why you can pick up and transport trash, because you get tokens for that. Okay, that we're up here at the carpentry. Right. Well, that Marigold Market's gonna be the last place we drop people off at. Or drop packages off at, I should say. Gotta keep the train in the green. They've actually done quite a bit of work here. I imagine that at some point in the game you can upgrade your train. Like, clearly this train has seen better days. Clearly it can go faster. Oh god, and I've got 2 more passengers here. Of course we do. Always more passengers. Marigold. Let's see, we didn't have any of them. Token. And he did. Left a... Always leaving garbages. Might as well begin to store the garbages, since they're useful and things. And where are you going, Liam? You're going to... Of course you're going to carpentry. And you are going... to the ferry station. Excellent. Ferry people go over here. I have so many free seats. So many free seats. Let's see if there's any more garbage for us to pick up in town here. Our broken bottle. You sure you don't want to travel with us, Finley? I mean, you could always travel with them. And find out yourself where they're going. Ah, maybe there's fishing later. In a later implementation. One never does know. Okay, and they do not indeed... None of the garbages stack. And back we go! It's definitely given me a lot of good, interesting vibes. I did not ask you to play music. I did not ask you to play music from there. Jeez. Apparently time passes. Oh goodness. I don't want to know what our coal level was at. Oh god, I put us way into the red. No ticket. Was it just the one person who got off? It was just the one person. Multiple tokens received. It's a lot of mods generally for games. Sometimes never the ones you're hoping for. I mean, there's always that mod. To quote the term from Twitter, Hmm. Somehow I'm not surprised that there's one that increases that. %95 chance. Oh, of course. Oh, there appears to be a day and night cycle. I was not expecting a day-night cycle of all things. Someone left footprints on my train. That was so very rude of them to leave footprints on my train. And we have to go to Banpire anyway. Oh, we have to pass through there at the very least. Actually, I'm wondering, can we break apart the standard table? No. No, we cannot. I mean, yeah, it's always... I find it's always good to play through a game how it's intended to be played through before you try and make it easier. But that could just be a me thing. You know? That could just be a me thing. So much garbage. Huh. When did all this get here? These are Art Deco tables and things. Rustic seats. They just put them out here just to taunt us. Also, we could just pick them up? Huh. Guess that's one way to show us what we could be doing. Let's load us full of things you could use. Yeah, it's things like the free BP one that's... I disagree with. I am basically free BP, but it's not quite free BP, yeah. I think it's a, 3%? Yeah, it's like 3% every turn on the free mage. It's a... It's a basically free BP forever. But yeah, once I put that on my hero never had to worry about BP. Could really have used it on Nazuna. Like, really could have used it on Nazuna. Carry logs. Well, especially before I broke the game wide open. Really could have used it on Nazuna. Ah, now we've got a full... Yeah, now Momoji, yeah. It was always a problem, her running out of BP. Yeah, because Light Wall is just such a useful spell. I forgot to paint that one... I forgot to paint my train. Well, Firewall is only useful against fire and water. Light is useful against all attributes. Although it doesn't nullify, which Firewall nullifying is a much more useful thing. Yeah, I did notice that one time. Oh, we've got more people who want to go places now. I forget, was Baron Pyre a place with recycling? I think it was. Oh, that's because we're not in Baron Pyre. We're in the carpentry. Okay, you want to go to the ferry station. And you want to go to Baron Pyre. Oh my. Only one garbage? Huh. Only one garbage. How unusual. Let's see, we need another dingy seat. But one that is rosewood and iron. And that'll complete that row of seats. Your seats of that row has been completed. So I need copper and walnut. I don't have any more copper. And I'm getting stuck on all the items. And we're off. That's if they throw in some like relation mechanics to the travelers, upgrades to your train. Some way to upgrade your train. A way other than tokens to get some of these items, some of these crafting materials, and a lot of other very interesting cosmetic ways of making your train yours. This could get very interesting very quickly. Cousin C. I got it, because it's Kazinci, Cousin C. I gotcha. Ah. So the game is just randomly generating people and items. That's also a good way to do it, to keep a life sim cycle going. I miss the one that drops gold and pine, which are not the ones I'm going for. I wonder if they also have a way of randomly generating, like, quests. It's hard to tell what they do in games like this. Ah, it goes to Baron Pyre. I think I already have one of those to go to Baron Pyre. Uh-oh. Marigold. Yeah, I thought I had one to go to Baron Pyre already. Wood token. Yeah, and especially setting up your token distribution system to be slightly random. It's also a little weird, but also makes sense. That way you have a reason to go places. And especially if you scatter randomly items around the world that you can turn in for tokens, you could really customize. You could really customize. Unfortunately, it appears I copper appears to be a fairly rare resource. As in, I don't think there's a place that drops it. Which is a shame. Yeah, we drop the pyre. And off we go. Yeah, based on the train speed indicator, there's definitely ways of increasing your speed in the main game. Because we barely get to, like, maybe 20 feet per second before we fall out of the ideal zone for a train. And, of course, more people. We will never be free of people who want to travel on our wonderful, wonderful train. Never be free. And she didn't drop anything? Oh, she did. Bit of a bottle drinker, it would seem. Yep. And it is constantly cycling new ones. So they definitely have a system built up. You want to go to Rosalind's? Interesting. You know what? You guys can be my first class passengers. Free pie. I can't offer you pie? Ah, so pie is just for me. Well, once we get back to the scrapyard, that's, I think, where we're gonna call it. Because I could just be going around in loops like this forever, because it's just kind of a fun loop. Like, they've definitely nailed the ideal loop for someone with this type of game, i.e. me. It's just enough of an engaging loop to just be like loop and loop and loop and loop and loop. Even though there's no internal rewards other than tokens. And I could use the tokens to build things, but there's not enough blueprints to really do that. Nor access to all the necessary items to really diversify it how I want. Ah, the station. We did have one for the station. Okay, you guys are still safe. Ah, another one for the scraps. This wheel might actually be, tossable in the trash now. Well, I might be able to actually break that apart with the hammer then. To the Hammermobile. Give me my hammer. Because otherwise it's basically a useless item. It is in fact a useless item. Built specifically for that one quest. And nothing more. Our free coal, and away we go. Like, I'm not actually seeing a reason to really worry about putting anything in the coal stack over there. Like, unless there's a method later in the game to, like, link the two to keep yourself in the green zone better. Because honestly, it's more efficient to just take a whole piece of coal and just dump it in, because you just get so much more energy out of it. I mean, I suppose with the coal storage, technically you can keep it in the green constantly the whole way, but yeah, not really. I mean, technically, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't bother. Well, it looks like we're almost free of passengers. Just not mail. Like, job of the mail never ends. Where's our blue paint? You will be the same color. My train finally matches. My train finally matches. Huzzah! It finally matches. Huzzah! Huzzah! Yeah, it's a nice little loop. Plenty of room for them to expand. That gets complicated fast. Because likely there's a stop over here. Over here. I'd say there's probably one down here. One up here. And then it'll connect up to here, which is when things are gonna get complicated very, very quickly. Oh god, I didn't even notice the Cerulean Sea over here. Oh god, it shows where everyone is. There's a details screen. Yeah, it's just more efficient to put them in by hand than to really keep them in the zone that way. Okay, and the scrap does in fact just show up randomly. You want to go to the station. You want to go to the station. So I've got 2 for the station. Yeah, I'm stuck. I thought another... I am definitely rather enthused about it. Like this loop that I'm currently in, I could just do this for literally hours. For no reason other than I like it. And the loop satisfies this primal itch in my head that I have no explanation for. I suppose you could call it the urge for work or something like that. It's the urge for busy work. It makes me feel accomplished. It's very weird. Do I say it's worth it? I definitely think it is. It's got enough of that charm, and based on the map here, huge amounts of potential. Huge amounts of potential. Of course. Oh, you're going to the ferry station as well. I think we might finally be out of passengers. I think we'll finally be out of passengers. I think they're all going to the same locations. I mean, yeah, I've got packages to go there. Yeah, I've got 3 people to drop off here, 1 person to drop off there, and we should be out of people. I think we finally somehow made the loop make sense. I think we've finally found a way to be free of passengers. Free forever! Free from the passengers forever! Which, while should not be the goal, is the goal. Do you guys not want to, like, get off? I thought you wanted off. So many tokens. And of course there would be multiple people waiting for us at Rosalind's. Because that'd be a place to pick up the next group of people. Although we don't seem to be going to that one location much at all. Which is an absolute shame, is it not? Weird cat, deer person, entity we have crafted. Free token. Now, rudely enough, they left footprints all over. There's a lot of potential here for customization. Lots of potential. Will we ever see it? Maybe. Maybe. Still not sure why you'd want a divider in your train, because that just seems really weird. Yeah, because he's got all these potential models for trains. All these potential upgrades. Like, you could go with 2 standard compartments. There is so much potential here. I'm definitely going to add it to my wish list. because this is exactly my type of game, as we can clearly see in the fact I keep going around in circles and round in circles and round in circles. Even though there is no clear reward. But we have finally made it clear of passengers. Our train is now clear of passengers. It says there's no one waiting there up except Rosalind. It says there's no one waiting up there. I will trust you, game. I will say this is one thing I miss about these. I don't want to say these types of games because it's not these types of games, but games I grew up on with the Nintendo 64. The button to put the camera behind you. I do not know why, but I found that utterly fun to just whoop and camera's behind you. But then suddenly the camera's back at neutral. Does it make any sense? No! Does it have to make any sense? Ah, bugger! I was hoping I'd be without someone. Lots of deliveries out here to Rosalind's carpentry. We could do... See, this is just so much red fabric. There's nothing that involves the use of the stone. Nothing at all. At least, not in the demo. So yeah. Oh, that's a completely wrong thing. I should not have alt-tabbed. Wrong button altogether. So... I think I might wait for it to get on sale. But it definitely is scratching an itch. But then again, that is to be expected. That is why I chose it. Next stream will be on Sunday. Monday at 12:30. For some Final Fantasy XI. Finally getting back to that. 10 seats available. We've got more seats than there are characters in the demo. So we'll see you all next time.